What is going on, guys? Preston here from Preston Logan Vlogging Gaming, and welcome back to our video. I'm back again. Now we're talking about the Dolphins, Chiefs, Chargers, and the Bears. So yeah. Now the Dolphins, they've had a struggle year too as a team. They've really struggled this year, but they've been playing okay this year, I would say. The record is like 7-8 right now. They've been doing okay. I think the Dolphins will maybe come back strong again next year, I would say, as a team. Which I believe in the Dolphins. The Dolphins will come back strong as a team. The Dolphins, over the years, they have been very well coached, I would say. There's just been years where they missed the playoffs like slightly. Every year almost they missed the playoffs slightly. But last year they made the playoffs but lost the wild card though to the Kansas City. So yeah. But Dolphins, I have faith in the Dolphins next year. They can probably do something. Dolphins, they look good every year. Really, over the past years, they look good every year. Dolphins, they're a decent team. I would say. I'm not against the Dolphins. I don't mind the Dolphins at all. They're okay. I mean, I would wear a Dolphins hat honestly too, and stuff. Yeah, Dolphins are pretty okay, I would say. Now let's look at their record now, like their schedule with how the games they won. They beat Jacksonville. Jacksonville almost beat them almost by 2 points almost against Miami. They lost to Buffalo, lost to Seattle, lost to Tennessee. They beat New England, lost to Indianapolis, lost to Arizona. By 1 point only though. They almost beat Buffalo. They lost by 3. They beat Los Angeles, the Rams. They beat the Raiders. They beat New England. They lost to Green Bay. They beat the Jets. They beat the Texans, and yesterday they beat the Niners. The next Sunday they play the Browns. Then they play the Jets on the week 18. So yeah. The Dolphins, I think, are going to come back stronger next year and maybe do something maybe. I believe in them. They can do something next year. And I wish the Dolphins the best next year. I wish them the best in the draft. I wish the Dolphins the best in everything. So, you Dolphins fans out there, fins up for you guys. Hopefully, you guys can come back strong next year. So, go Dolphins for you guys. Next, we're going to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. This Chiefs team, they have kind of struggled a little bit. I don't know how they're 14-1 now, but still. But they've struggled their offense has struggled. Their defense is struggled a little bit. They've almost lost a couple of times to like bad teams almost and good teams. Almost the Chiefs have, but they're still 14-1. Don't know how they are, but they are. Let's look at their schedule. They have beat Baltimore. Baltimore almost beat them almost. The Bengals almost beat them almost. Atlanta almost beat them almost. They beat the Chargers, the Saints, the Niners. The Raiders almost beat them almost. The Buccaneers almost beat them almost. The Broncos almost beat them almost. They lost to Buffalo. The Panthers almost beat. That's sad. The Panthers almost beat Kansas City almost. That's kind of sad, Kansas City. The Raiders almost beat them again. The Chargers almost beat them. They beat the Browns. The Texans. They beat the Texans. And then on Wednesday, they play the Steelers. And then through week 18, they play the Broncos. There's no offense to the Chiefs fans, but I really, really, really cannot stand the Chiefs. I freaking hate them like the shreds. I cannot stand them at all. I just don't like them as a fan base or a franchise. I just don't like them. I never really liked Kansas City at all. I used to like them a lot, but ever since these people with the way people talking about Kansas City, God, I cannot stand them. No offense, Chiefs fans, but I don't like your team. I really don't like your team at all. I just can't stand them. I don't really hate them. I mean, I have tried and tried and tried and tried over and over again to get myself to like the Chiefs, but I just cannot do it. I just can't. I just can't get myself to like the Chiefs. I just can't. I don't know. I've tried to get myself to like. I just can't. I just don't like them. I'm not trying to hate on you Chiefs fans. But I just don't like your team. No offense, but yeah. But the Chiefs, they're going to the playoffs. They'll probably get the 1 seed probably. Maybe go to the AFC title game, knowing the Chiefs probably or something, or get knocked off. I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah. To your Chiefs fans, I guess Red Kingdom to you guys. But yeah, there's that for the Chiefs. Now I would not ever wear a Chiefs hat ever in my life. I don't like them. So yeah. Next up is the Chargers. The Chargers, ever since Jim Harbaugh's been their coach, they have really done a good job. He's done a really good job for the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh has. He's done a really good job for the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh has. Chargers are good on defense. They're good in every way around. The Chargers are. Honestly, between the two Los Angeles teams. Now, I used to like the Rams. I tried to like the Rams a long time ago, but I just couldn't like the Rams. I just couldn't get myself to stick with them just because I just couldn't. Now the Chargers, I like the Chargers a lot. I see potential in the Chargers a whole bunch. They're one of those teams that they're like, hey, we got a future here with our franchise. But yeah. The Chargers are a decent team, I would say. I mean, they were horrible last year, but that doesn't. I mean, teams will always have up and downs, winning and losing all the time. That's how sports is. Chargers were bad last year, but it's okay. They came back strong this year and are on the path to the playoffs, I would say. Honestly, if the Chargers try hard enough in the playoffs, I literally think with that defense they have, I literally think that they could go to the AFC Championship game. I think they could, but I'm not gonna jinx myself because I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. I don't know, but I think they could go. Honestly, I think they could. They tried, which I believe in the Chargers and stuff. I've honestly started liking the Chargers a lot, just because I feel like they're a good team. I like the Chargers more than the Rams, I would say now, just because I just couldn't like the Rams anymore. I just didn't really couldn't get myself light stick with the Rams. Sorry, I was yawning. I couldn't get myself to stick with the Rams really. I tried to look like the Rams, I just couldn't. Yeah, but let's look at the record. I try to like the Dolphins too a little bit, like a year or so, 3 years ago, and I also couldn't give myself like the Dolphins either. So I don't like them either. So I couldn't give myself like the Dolphins. Now Chargers record week. Let's look at their record. Well, their schedule, I would say. Oh, that's last year. Right. Okay. They beat the Raiders. They beat the Panthers. They lost to the Steelers. They lost to the Chiefs. They almost beat the Chiefs by 7, almost. They beat the Broncos. They lost to Arizona. They beat the Saints. They beat the Browns. They beat the Titans. They beat the Bengals. They lost to the Ravens. They beat the Falcons. They lost to the Chiefs. They almost beat the Chiefs. They lost to the Buccaneers. They beat not the Chargers. They beat the Broncos. They play the Patriots on the 28th, and then end their season with the Raiders. They can easily go 11-6. I said they're going 11-6. They're winning their next 3 games easily. Well, next 2 games, not next 3. My bad. They're the reason winning. They're winning their next 2 games, I would say. I like the Chargers fan base. Honestly, I think they're a good fan base. They're well loyal to the team. They don't give up on the team and stuff. I believe the Chargers are a good fan base. I would say I like their fan base. I mean, they've been to the Super Bowl one time. That was back in like against the Niners. I remember. I wasn't alive when the Super Bowl happened, but they went to the Super Bowl one time, but they lost. If the Chargers go to the Super Bowl and win it this year, oh man, that's gonna be a surprise for everybody. But I'm not gonna say they're going because I don't think they will. But yeah, bolt up, Chargers. Oh man, now we get down to the Chicago Bears, the last team on this pennant list thing that I have down here. Now we get to Chicago Bears, the Chicago Bears. Oh man, boy, do I always stop talking about them though in here. Man, oh man, the Chicago Bears. Uh the Chicago Bears, their franchise is like it's okay, decently run, I would say. I mean, it's not too bad. Their GM's okay, I guess. Their coaches, their coaches all suck all the time. They can't like figure out how to. They can't figure anything out really. I mean, they have good players on their team. I would say they have really good players on their team. They have really good players on their team. I would say, but they just don't know. They do so well in like the first couple weeks, and they just fall off apart from there. They fired Matt Eberflus, and there's an interim coach in there now. They think he's worse. And let's be honest, guys, all Chicago sports are horrible pretty much now. Pretty much, they're not as good as they used to be. Really, well, minus the Cubs. The Cubs are better than all the other Chicago teams. Sorry, I hate to say Chicago fans, but it's the truth. The Chicago teams are all better. The Bears' record right now is currently 4-11. The Bears are on a 9-game losing streak right now. That's horrible for the Bears. I mean, I used to like the Bears a whole bunch, but I decided that I was not gonna be a Bears fan just because I want to be like unique with my sports teams and stuff, and not like them because they're popular here where I live. I don't want to be like them really. So I decided I was gonna be a Bears fan at all. So yeah. So here's their schedule, what they have done. Let's see. They beat Tennessee. They lost to Houston. They lost to Indianapolis. They beat the Rams. They beat Carolina. They beat Jacksonville. They lost to Washington. Lost to Arizona. Lost to New England. Lost to Green Bay. Lost to Minnesota. Lost to Detroit. Lost to San Francisco. Lost to Minnesota, and they lost to Detroit again yesterday. And their final two games are Seattle and Green Bay, which I think they'll lose both of them. So yeah. The Bears have issues whatever's going on with the team and stuff. So yeah, I decided I was not gonna like the Bears just because I just don't want to have to deal with how they run their franchise, and plus I don't want to like a Chicago team that isn't gonna get success. I mean, the Bears, they have success, but they haven't had success in quite some time, and that probably won't ever happen for quite a while, most likely for the Bears, sadly. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm out.